Hiya. I am going to do a quick chit chat about sensitivity and like it's going to be a bit of a mixture of sensitivity, gratitude in relationships, mental battles, and confidence. And I've just watched a few videos recently, and they've just given me a bit of inspo to sort of like expand on some of the concepts I've heard about. And basically also being relating to a lot of the stuff as well, because I think lockdown we've all become very secular and very like with our own thoughts, and we are in a new astrological era, by the way, apparently, which means we are all very involved in ourselves. So I feel like this is more than ever is a very important time to share with each other and support each other and relate to each other more than ever, especially because of lockdown and also because of other things. So sensitivity in school and like college and everything like that. I feel like, especially during sixth form, I did get mental health issues around this time, but at the same time, I feel like I've always been a sensitive person, always, but especially in school and like sixth form and college and stuff. Some person I watched on YouTube was talking about how he took things personally in terms of relationships, friendships, relationships, and it knocked his confidence. So for me, and I'm happy to say this, like, obviously in college, I feel like, and even sixth form, I feel like everyone, when you get to that age, like, yeah, it's good and you can like go out clubbing and stuff, and you meet all these people, but I feel like not everyone, like, it's actually putting yourself out there quite a lot to like all these new people when you go to an environment like that. And I was quite sensitive, so I feel like if someone like I just took anything to heart, like even if they were being really, really overly kind to me, like I would just take it to heart for some reason. Like I would just take anything to heart. Like I just like really found it. I'm just a really sensitive person, and I feel like I was more confident around that time because I don't know. I was on a mental health service. I had good friends and I had good relationships and stuff, but I think it's so easy to do that. Like, and I don't think it's affected me long term, but I am just quite a sensitive person when it comes to stuff like that. Like I don't want to be. I just take everything to heart in that way. My laptop is just turned off. Sorry. It will only take a second to log back up, I think. I hope. There we go. So then also, I heard this concept once. This is going to be a bit of a mishmash, but I'm going to just carry on. I heard this concept once of rupture, repair. Rupture and repair is the key to a successful relationship with others. So being able to have an argument and then come to a successful conclusion and repair it is like a really important thing for like relationships. But I also think it's a really important thing for yourself, because like obviously everyone wants a smooth ride in life, but obviously we're all going to have our peaks and troughs, you know what I mean, in any part of life. You know, it's not, that's going to happen hopefully at a time that it's, you know, we're all going to have our peaks and troughs eventually in adulthood, whatever. I don't know, everyone has has their own journey, don't they? And I feel like, yeah, basically the concept of rupturing a relationship with yourself and others and stuff like that can be helpful to know that you're going to eventually trust yourself more and be more reliant on yourself when you repair that relationship, either with yourself or with someone else. And it sort of like builds strength. They say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger and stuff like that. And just like what, you know, usually come out the other end stronger, if you like. So I thought that was quite an interesting concept. And yeah, in terms of confidence, pushing yourself out your comfort zone and realising life is short. I've also realised recently that having gratitude in relationships is really helpful, because and I think gratitude for my past relationships, and when I say past relationships, I either mean friendships or romantic relationships, because I feel like there's this social concept of when you've got an ex, you need to just push them away. Like, I get it, everyone needs to heal from relationships in certain ways, and I've definitely healed from my past relationships, and I'm still healing from my past relationships in my own personal way, so I can, like, you know, that's how I dealt with it, and that's absolutely valid and understandable. But I also think after a while I've started to look back and think, you know, it wasn't all them, if you know what I mean. Because you're always going to prioritize yourself, but it's also, I feel like, nice for me to have looked back and say, oh yeah, that person did do this for me. Like, that relationship, he was quite patient with me in this, he did teach me this, he was supportive in this, you know what I mean? And it just gives me a bit of faith in humanity that people are good, and like people aren't, like, you know, like, I do get it, some people have bad motives at times, and some people have, you know, like, not, life's not perfect, and people have their own core wounds which make them act in negative ways. But I also think that, like, people are also good to you at times, especially in relationships. Like, it's so easy when you break up with someone to just, you know, anyway. And then I heard this person talk about mental battles, and by this it's like confidence, or like anxiety, or like doing stuff, like anxiety and doing stuff, or like having the confidence, or bringing yourself out of a bad mental space in terms of, like, I don't know, just feeling rubbish, or just not feeling on your top game, or just having off days. I feel like it's always good to go with the waves of life. Like, you're gonna have, you know, days where you're not feeling great. You have days where you're on top of the world. By on top of the world, I mean, like, living your best life. You know, like, you know, productive and got great relationships, having a great time, going, you know. But, like, life's full of, you know, peaks and troughs, and some days are good and some days are boring and whatever. That's fair enough. But I also feel like I've seen recently, say if, like, people have got core wounds and traumas and stuff, which I've done videos on, it's about relying on yourself and God to get out of those mental battles. Because, I mean, I don't know if you're religious, I've done quite a few religious videos, I'm not going to make it overly religious, but I feel like other people, they can support you through your own journey, but they can't fix things for you in your own head. So they can help reason things out with you, even verbally, but there's not a lot they can do in terms of actually curing your inner thoughts, and unless you look at energy healing, but, like, again, that's through talking and stuff like that as well, isn't it? But what I mean is, regardless of spirituality and all that crap, you know, your own mental battles are kind of mainly going to be left to you to be able to repair and heal. Not to say you shouldn't live your life while doing this, you don't have to, like, be a recluse while you do this, but just a thought. Give yourself a bit of credit, and I feel like if anyone's in this place, because I've had to do that, and just be like, you've literally been through a lot, like, you're trying your best and you're a human being, fair play, good job. And, like, let's push away the social media standards of, like, everything has to be, like, on your A game, you have to be completely healed from all of your traumas, because we're all on a process, we're all on a journey in life. So there we go. And this idea of, like, being broken down to be built back up again, which is moving on a separate topic, but because, like, again, this comes to the whole rupture and repair thing, where this girl I was watching a video of spoke about how she was here, and then she went through some really shit stuff, and she was, like, down here, but then when she built herself back up, she was all the way back here. So basically, yeah, this concept of, like, coming out stronger, and kind of being obviously aware, but also not giving up when things are really bad, because they're inevitably going to get better, obviously, but also you're going to come out learning so much more, and, like, being so much more confident and so much better at the other end of whatever you're going through. And always know that God is there supporting you and being your cheerleader. If you're religious, if you're not, the universe is supporting you. I'm supporting you. I feel like another thing I was going to say was there's so much support online, and also friendships, obviously personal, you know, interactive relationships between friendships and family, and, like, all that stuff, and, like, you know, therapy if that's for you, and jobs and everything. Like, obviously amazing support work. I've done videos on support networks, but support networks, not support work, support networks. but also there's a lot of support online, like really and truly, like especially YouTube. Like so many people have gone through so many things and shared so many stories, which have given me like so much comfort, especially recently. Just to be like, oh my god, I'm literally not the only one that's ever experienced that. Like I'm not this like alien from like Planet Holly, and like everyone else like has never like experienced anything in life, and everyone else's life is top notch, and I'm just like this crazy person that's experienced all this terrible stuff. But anyway, everyone has, weirdly enough, a lot of the same things happen to them, and that's just interesting and helpful to keep in mind. Follow your instinct. I'm very much of a believer of your gut instinct is usually right, but at the same time, you can. It's always worth exploring your instinct because, like, on a level, because life will happen regardless of your instinct, but I feel like you can have unconscious ideas. Like you have like, I always think you have an instinctual brain, a core lizard brain, a subconscious brain and a conscious brain. So even though you have this instinct, your subconscious might be fighting your instinct, which is kind of fair enough. That's how we socialize and stuff, because if we all acted on our instinct, like we'd be like killing each other all the time. So we kind of have to like rationalize our instinct a bit, to assess some things. But I think it's always worth exploring your instinct. Why, if you've got like a, you know, an idea about something or someone or whatever, exploring that idea and wondering why you think that. Is it something from your core that's kind of colouring your image of them? Are you trying to sabotage a relationship because you've had an experience with something that gives you discernment towards that? Or is it like an irrational thing or whatever? You know, brains are very clever, so always validate yourself. I'm going to try and stop rambling because I have gone on for a while. I think that's everything. Yeah, that is everything I'm going to go into today. But yeah, I hope this has helped you out. I feel like I've had a bit of a therapy session, so thank you for that if you've actually listened this far. I put up videos more than once a week. If you wish to subscribe, go ahead. If you don't, then fine. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.